Good evening, one and all. The Committee on Financial Markets and Investor Protection is now back with another session. So, today we would be understanding the fundamentals of wealth creation through trading, and also we'll be demystifying the financial markets. Whether you are a beginner or exploring the world of trading, or an experienced investor looking to refine your strategies, this session aims to equip you with essential knowledge and insights. So let me first take a moment to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chairman of the Committee on Financial Markets and also our guiding force, CA Charanjot Singh Nanda sir. We are privileged to have you, sir, to grace this webinar. Over to you, sir.
So very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My dear brother C.A. Jitendra Khandol was the past chairman of Gandhidham branch and hails from Bhuj. C.A. Arshanur, the moderator of today's program who hails from Karnal. C.A. Samandeep Wadhwa, who again hails from Dehradun. Ayaz, and all officials of the board, and more importantly, members who have joined to go home enlightened, making strategies and putting at rest any doubt that would have crept over the years. You're all aware that we are back yet with another exciting session on stock markets, and the markets are amazingly exciting. The market has closed at all-time high Friday evening. Indices are out of bound, shares are moving, racing towards great impetus, and largely it is only the young investors who are investing, who are making aggressive sip that is creating this bull environment. We are very happy that all of us create value and worth by investment in market. And moving in this line, the council, under the aegis of the power conferred upon it, allowed a practicing chartered accountant to go ahead and do future and option trading. Ladies and gentlemen, with this European market, with such amazing upstart people, and we have only two great initiatives. Number one, to ensure that we understand the markets and be in a risk awareness zone. Wherever you find things are risky, it is better to sell and go out. And second important thing, but at the same time, we have to create value and worth. And that investment, that escalation, that rise in prices which comes now is something which happens after so many years. And therefore, we need to work in tandem to create value and worth. People who are new entrants into the market feel that they understand the market very aptly. If market was a person, it would have said, कि क्या यूं ही मुझे चंद लम्हों में पढ़ लोगे तुम? क्या यूं ही मुझे चंद लम्हों में पढ़ लोगे तुम? मैंने खुद को लिखने में बरसों लगाए. Markets have matured. Market has grown over the years. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will not stand between you and C.A. Jitendra Khandol, the master of the market. He will tell you how you could invest in the markets, create value, create a decent return, and yet be out of tensions because his understanding market and having stop loss and targets so that you are able to effectively not lose, even if the profit is less, the losses are capped. So you understand what your areas are. Thanks a lot, Jitendra Bhai, for coming. We have Mr. Somani for the second session who will speak on hand the dais back to C. Arshanur, who will take the proceedings further. Arshanur, the dais is all yours. And my apologies that I'm traveling. In fact, I had a student conference 2 days in Ludhiana and I'm now traveling back from Ludhiana to Delhi. So over to C. Arshanur for her personal proceedings. Arshanur, the dais is all yours now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking out the time to grace this webinar. We're really grateful to you. I would begin with introducing CA Jitendra Khandol, sir. So CA Jitendra Khandol, sir, is a chartered accountant. He has a rich trading experience of over 20 years in the stock market and the futures and options segment of equity derivatives. He has also served as the chairman of Gandhidham branch of the Western India Regional Council of ICI. He would be today delving into the foundational principles of trading and also exploring concepts that form the bedrock of successful wealth creation. We welcome you, sir, to the webinar. Over to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Ashnur. First of all, I am heartily thankful to Chairman of the Committee on Financial Market and Investor Protection, ICI, Nanda sir, a close friend of mine, for providing me an opportunity to speak on today's topic, a wealth creation through trading and a golden rules of trading. Friends, we straight away coming to the topic. The topic today, I think, looks some bit dicey, that trading always a difficult thing. But today we will talk upon wealth creation through trading. If you want to create a wealth by means of trading, then first thing is you have to earn consistently from trading. And from that profit or say income, you can invest in fundamentally sound stocks for a long-term wealth creation. So first, we have to understand what is the trading. It looks like very easy that we have buy the share and then sell the shares. And whatever profit, it's called trading, but it's not true. I will give you a simple example that what the layman is doing. If he buys shares, say for example, some shares by Reliance, say for example, at 2,500, and if share price goes, say 2,600 within 1 or 2 days, he will sell it and make the profit of 100 rupees. And he calls that I am a trader. But what happens if things goes otherwise? Suppose you have bought 2 lots of Reliance in future and option segment, 1000 shares at 2,500. Your expectation is that Reliance is a very good company, Mota Bhai ki company hai, very good fundamentals, so that the share prices will go up. And you buy it for say 2 to 5% gain within next few days. But unfortunately, if the trade note goes in your favor and say Reliance share prices goes to 2,400, which is maybe your stop loss. But at that time, what you think is Reliance is a very good company, fundamentally sound company. Market is also beyond. So in the long run, share prices will go up. And in that case, you are not keeping the stop loss, but carrying on your trading positions. Friends, this is very dangerous. Whenever you are taking a position for trading in a particular step, stocks, and if trade note goes in your favor, then you will keep it as an investment. So what happens? If trade goes favor, it's a trading. If trade goes in unfavor, it's an investment. So if you are following these type of principles in day-to-day life, you will never earn money in trading. If you have to earn consistent income from trading, whether it is a FNO or cash market, although I am not recommending trading in cash market because my rule says that if you want to trade, then trade in future and option segment with certain rules that you have to follow in your each and every trade. So my experience of last 20 years says that majority of traders becomes investors if trade not goes in their favor. And if trade goes in their favor, they are traders. So what happens whenever their trade goes in profit, they are earning say 2 to 4% or 5%, max to max. But if trade not goes in his favor, then you will keep it as an investment till the time his prices comes. So what happens? Even if he is right in his trading, say for example, 5 times out of 6 times, then even one unfavorable trade, in that case, he will lose his entire profit. So what my experience of last 20 years, I am the FNO trader since inception of FNO in Indian market. My experience says that if you want to earn consistently from trading, then you have to follow certain principles. Otherwise, you have to become a fundamentally stock sound investors. Do not trade in day to day. And other thing also, if you want to trade as a part-time trader, then always keep my words in your mind that I have never seen a successful trader who is a part-time trader. So friends, before we are taking we are taking Q&A session at the end. You can ask me any question related to trading. But before that, if you want to become a successful investor, then you have to follow certain rules and regulations. And I have been kept in my mind certain rules that is always you have to kept in your mind whenever you have to take trade. And I am 100% sure that if you follow these principles and rules, you will never lose money in your trading life. So we are starting with my PPT presentation on how to become a successful trader by keeping in mind the rules, golden rules of trading. Friends, golden rule number 1 says that whenever you are trading for the first time, take only 10% risk of the total amount available for the trading. What does this mean? The rule says that if you are starting with the, say for example, trading capital of 1 lakh rupees, then your maximum risk is to the extent of 10% of 1 lakh, say 10,000 in your first trade. So you have to keep the stop loss of 10,000 in your first trade. Say, for example, you have taken a first trade with the initial capital of 1 lakh as a trading capital. And if you earn 10,000 rupees in your first trade, then the total capital available with you is 1 lakh plus 10,000. So it's a 1 lakh 10,000. And in the next trade, you have to take risk of 10% of your entire capital plus profit. So your next trade, your stop loss, maximum stop loss, what I can say, is 11,000 rupees. So what happens if trade goes in your favor, then your risk appetite will increase. But say, for example, you have taken a trade and buy, say, for example, Tisco at 130, one lot. And in the first trade, you lose 10,000 rupees. And your trade is going to square up because your stop loss is eating. Now what happens? You have 90,000. 1 lakh minus 10,000 is equal to 90,000 in your hand as a capital. So in your next trade, you have to take maximum risk of 10% of 90,000. So your stop loss in your next trade is 9,000 rupees. So what happens if you are following these principles? Whenever you are in a profit, you are increasing your risk. And whenever you are in a loss, you are reducing your risk. And that's the way of trading. What happens to normal traders? Whenever he is a loser, he will take more risk to recover that loss. But that's not the truth. You have to increase your risk whenever you are in a profit. But you have to reduce the risk whenever you are in a loss. So if you are following these rules, then your chance of winning in trading is much, much more than losing. Friends, golden rules number 2 says that maintain a risk reward ratio. What is the risk reward ratio? The risk reward ratio is what are the risks you are taking in a particular trade versus reward expecting. I will give you a simple example. Suppose you are buying DLF shares at, say, for example, 700 rupees with stop loss of 2 to 3%, that's around 20 rupees. Then ideally, your profit target is around minimum 60 to 100 rupees. That means risk reward ratio is 3:1, or many times I am keeping 5:1. So what happens? If you are keeping risk reward ratio, then your chance of winning is increasing. That's why I am always saying, remember these words. Even if I am wrong for 8 times out of 10 times, I mean 8 times out of 10 times, still I am in the money, because my two favorable trade will give me a profit much, much, much more than what I have lose in last 8 trades. Okay, say for example, 8 unfavorable trades. So whenever you take trade, remember you have to maintain certain risk reward ratio, and ideally it would be 3:1 or 5:1. So if you are making very good risk reward ratio, then it's not a matter whether your trade goes in favor or unfavor, because two favorable trade from 10 unfavorable trade will give you much, much more profit. So it's always beneficial, or say for example, golden rules to maintain a risk reward ratio. Those who are not making risk reward ratio are losing your profit of their 9 favorable trade in only one unfavorable trade, if they are not maintaining risk reward ratio. So always as a trader, you have to maintain risk reward ratio. That's the rule number 2. Friends, the rule number 3 is a golden rule, and I can say the Brahmastra of all rules is keep a strict stop loss. Risk है तो इश्क है, stop loss है तो trading है. That means that if you are not keeping a strict stop loss in your each and every trade, then you will become out of the trading market at certain point of time. Friend, stop loss is must. There will not be any trade without stop loss. Why? Because if you are keeping a strict stop loss, your loss will be minimum to the amount of stop loss. And if in each and every trade, if you are keeping a strict stop loss, then chances of you remain in the market over a longer period of time is much, much, much higher. अगर आप stop loss नहीं रखेंगे, I am 100% sure you will thrown out of the market at any point of time. One big unfavor or one big loss, and you will be out of the trading world. That's why every speaker you heard on trading will says that please keep a strict stop loss on each and every trade. Even if you are a very good trader making money 9 out of 10 trades, but if you are not keeping a strict stop loss, then only one unfavorable trades without stop loss will entirely wipe off your profit of 9 favorable trades. This is the rules which always beneficial. So those who are not keeping the stop loss, I must say, never enter into the world of trading market. Friends, rule number 4 says that aid in favor, subtract in unfavor. Build a pyramid for favorable positions only. What is aid in favor? Aid in favor means, suppose you are buying 1,000 shares of Infosys at, say, for example, for 1,800 rupees. If trade goes in your favor and Infosys share price comes to 1,450, then never book the profit and add again 1,000 shares at 1,450 with certain stop loss, trailing stop loss in your mind. So if again shares of Infosys goes, say, up to 1,500, then your quantity is double. So what happens? Whenever you are adding in your favorable trade, that means you are multiplying your profit. Remember this word. Whenever a person's added positions in his favorable trade, that means he is multiplying his profit. And whenever trade goes in your unfavor, then subtract, that means squared up your positions. So what happens? If you buy Infosys as 1400, keeping in mind stop loss of 1350, and stop loss comes, you have to square off your trade. So your loss is only 50 rupees. But if you are again adding at 1350, keeping in mind that if I will add my positions as 1350, my average price is 1400 plus 1350 divided by 2, that means 1375. So normally what people does or trader does is adding in unfavorable, keeping in mind that my average will comes down. But what happens in this case? If you are adding again 1000 shares at 1350 and shares price say goes to 1300, that means you are multiplying your losses. So as a trader, if you want to become a successful trader, then only add in your favorable positions, because we are here for cutting the losses and multiplying the profit. This is the mathematical rules. If you are multiplying your profits, then no one can beat you in your trading perspective. So always add in favor, subtract in unfavor. And even if you are not adding in your favorable positions, then also don't add or average in your unfavorable trade. हिंदी में हम कहते हैं कि अगर कोई भी ट्रेडर अपना स्टॉक मार्केट का ट्रेड एवरेज करने गया, आई एम 100% श्योर दैट हिज लाइफ बिकम्स एवरेज, उसकी लाइफ एवरेज हो जाएगी. सो डोंट ट्राई टू एवरेज whenever stock prices goes is your unfavor. Golden rules number 5 says that make entry on anybody's calls but exit at your own. He who becomes the master in when to exit can surely become a successful trader. Yes, friends, if you want to become a successful trader, you can take entry on anybody's calls. Even my professional equity groups, many persons are giving calls that buy so and so, sell so and so with so and so stop loss. Or many times I am taking my positions on their calls also. But it's important is not entry, where to exit. If you doesn't know exit, then I am 100% sure that you will become a out of the market, or say incur huge losses at any point of time, because you never know where the door of exit comes. I will give you a simple example of Mahabharat. We all know that in Mahabharat, Abhimanyu is there, जो अपनी माँ की गोद में था, तब उसको पता था कि चक्रव्यूह के देयर आर 7 stages of चक्रव्यूह, and he knows how to come out of 6 stages, and he will become a winner in each and every first 6 stages. But what happens? In the 7th stages, he doesn't know the exit door. He will become die. So if you don't know the exit door, I am sure that you will become thrown out of the market or die in your trading once in a while. We never know when that moment comes. So always keep in your mind how to exit, where to exit, without taking anybody's advice. If you want to become a successful trader, or say a long-term successful trader, then you have to become exit at your own. I am always believing in my exit, because I know where to exit, whether it's in a profit or in a loss. Each and every person has different perspective, different risk appetite. So they do not depend on anyone else that he will tell him that you have to exit at particular time. I will give you a simple example. Suppose I am giving that buy Coal India at 350 with stop loss of, say, for example, 5%, 335. And after giving my calls, maybe due to some reason, market is going down. And at that point of time, you have to exit even if your stop loss is not hit. But you are waiting that Jitu Bhai will call you or Jitu Bhai will message you and exit from that trade. Jitu Bhai will never tell you when the exit. He is busy in his own trade. He will never look after what he is saying. He has to square up his own positions. So don't depend on anyone. Just keep in mind how to exit, when to exit. Friends, golden rules number 6 says that it is not necessary to trade every day. Sometimes no trade is the best trade. My dear friends, we are always so much busy in trading that if at some point we have squared up our particular trade and at the next moment we will take the next trade. My dear friends, it's not necessary to trade each and every point of time. Sometimes we know that market is going up again within 1 and 2 hours, falling again, going up, down, up, down, up, down. Zigzag is there, volatility is there. Our every trade, whether it is on long side or short side, is hitting the stop loss. अगर हम जो भी ट्रेड ले रहे हैं वो ट्रेड अपना लॉस मेकिंग हो रहा है, दैट मीन्स we are not knowing where the market is going. In that case, we have to keep or sit aside. Just stay away from the market. Those who are taking trades whenever market is in a buoyant mood, whether it is a upside or downside. If market is continuously going up, say from next, I think around last 2 weeks, market is continuously going up. So you can take the trade. If trade goes in your favor, position goes in your favor, sit aside in a long. And whenever there is a retracement, you can square up your trade. But do not take the trade just like ये trade लिया, खत्म किया, दूसरा trade लिया, दूसरा trade खत्म किया. What happens with the most of the persons? They take small profit from one trade, again take next trade, again take small profit from second trade. That's not a true. If you want to earn handsome from your trading style, then whenever trade goes in your favor, just hold on to that positions and sit aside with trailing stop loss. And whenever market in a zigzag mode, or sometimes we think that we are not taking or say believing in the market that whether it's going up, going down, going up, then in that case, it's always preferable to remain inside and not to take trade. Just stay away from the trading. So rule number 6 says that it is not necessary to trade each and every day. Sometimes no trade is the best trade. It's just like a test match. If you want to play each and every ball for a 4 or 6, then at one point of time, we are out is 100% sure. So we have to play only those balls which we think that we can hit that out of the ground or say 4 or 6. Others, we have to left it out. In same way, in the stock market, trading only take few trades and sit aside in front of the market, but do not trade whenever the environment is not in your favor. Golden rules number 7 says that trade in quantity when there is a clear-cut trend with low volatility. At least once in a week or month, you get a clear-cut trend. Trade with high volumes on this day because trend is your best friend. Friends, keep this word in your mind. Trend is your best friend. Whenever trend is up, buy first, sell next. Whenever overall trend is down, sell first, buy next. Friends, we sometimes observe that after opening the market till the end of the closing hours, market is going continuously up. And at that point, you have to take trade in huge quantity because the trend is clear. Trend is up. Whatever you are buying is going up. So it's always easy to make profit in clear cut, low volatile trend. But if trend is not clear, market is going up and down, up and down, up and down, then just stay away from the market. And we always observe that once in a week or at least once in a 15 days, there is clear cut trend in the market. So always trade with high volumes on that particular trades and increase your profit and earn. That's why I am saying that from my 20 to 25 trades, I am earning only in 5 to 7 trades. But whenever there is a clear cut trend, that 7 trades give me a huge profit. Say my profit at that point in time is much bigger than what I have lose in last 3 or 4 trades or 5 trades. So always believe in trending market. Trend is your best friend. Without trend, nobody can earn in his trading style. Rule number 8 says that do not take big positions before a big event. Yes, friends, it's always true. Don't take big positions before a big event. Because what happens if you are taking a big positions and say, for example, next day there are Fed rate decision, RBI interest rate decision, maybe sometimes election result is out. At that point of time, we never know what happens to the market on next day, either big gap up or big gap down. So at that point of time, it's always better do not taking any positions. And even if you want to take the positions before a big event, then my advice, you have to trade in options only, and that too on buy side. Because what happens if you are buying the options, your risk is limited to the extent of premium paid, and your rewards is unlimited. So mostly I advise that do not take any positions before a big event. And even if you want to take risk, then take only on the option side and do not trade nakedly in futures. Golden rules number 9 says that do not try to time the market. It is its own way. I have observed that many people are try to time the markets. They says that Nifty has gone up from 18,000 to 21,500. So it will not go up from here on. And keeping in this mind, they are sorting the markets. Friends, whenever there is trend, uptrend or downtrend, we never know where the market will stop. So do not try to time the market. It is its own way. हम लोग हिंदी में कहते हैं कि जो लोग ट्रेडिंग में आए और मार्केट को टाइम करने गए, उनका खुद का टाइम खत्म हो गया. So always believe that the market is superior than anything else. We never try to time the market, that the market is fallen so much, it will recover from that, or market is going up so much that it will retrace from that. We will never know. We will have to follow the market. If it's up, then we have to be on that side. If it's a down, we have to be, so far as our trading is concerned. I am not talking about investment. I am talking about trading. So don't try to time a market as a trader. It has its own way. Sometimes market, remember these words. Sometimes market may become irrational till the time we become insolvent. So always believe in these words and do not try to time the market. Friends, don't change your views only because of news and rumors on the market. Sometimes what happens? We are taking the positions, believing in ourselves, and just by observing on TV that some channels, some speaker says that this stock looks good or this stock looks bad, and on their basis some news is coming, and we will only squaring up by seeing the TV. Again in front of the TV. TV में जो buy आया, buy कर लिया. Again अगर TV में sell करने का बोला, friends, don't change your views only because of some news. If the news is favorable, and in spite of that favorable news, stock is not moving on that particular direction, then in that case, you have to be just square up your positions. News and rumors, if making substantial impact on that particular stocks, then and then also you will take the decision on that. Otherwise, just watch it. Only see the screen. If the stocks is moving up in spite of bad news or moving down in spite of good news, then it doesn't matter that we have to follow that particular stocks on the basis of news and rumors. And I am 100% sure that those who are trading on the basis of news and rumors are always unsuccessful traders. So always believe in yourself and don't just see the news. We have to be in front of news and rumors always, but just kept in mind that whether its impact is on that particular stock is substantial or not. Otherwise, just stay away from that. Friends, do not depend on anyone. Try to take your own decisions. If you want to become a successful trader, then you have to take your own decisions. Those who are taking decisions on someone else's recommendation will never become a successful trader. You have to depend on your own. Those who are taking their decisions are master traders. Friends, we have to take the decisions. Whether right or wrong, time will tell. Say, for example, if the market is going up and if we are not buying or not taking the buying decisions, we have to take the buy decisions. Whether stock will go up or down, we never know. We have a certain rules in our mind. We have to take decisions. If our decision is wrong, then we have to square up our trade. But if our decision is right, we have to carry on with that particular trade. So don't depend on anyone. Try to make your own decisions by keeping in mind certain rules and regulations, whether it's a technical or fundamental. My dear friends, learn from your mistake. Make sure that you don't repeat it next time. Friends, after 20 years of experience in trading, still I am making the mistakes. It's not important that whether you are making the mistakes or not. It's important that you will not repeat that mistakes next time. Say, for example, you have bought Reliance shares at 2500 and keeping in mind 2400 as a stop loss. But at that point in time, you are again averaging in your unfavor. That means you are doing a mistake of averaging in your unfavor trade. If you follow the rules, you have to square up that particular trade. Again, in your next trade, you are making same mistakes. So do not, one rule says that do not average when trade goes in your unfavor. But again, you are making the mistakes. Always adding whenever trade in your losses. My dear friends, you have to correct your mistakes. Even a successful trader of 10 to 15 years may make mistakes in a day-to-day trading, but he always try to correct or learn from that particular mistakes. We don't have to repeat our mistakes, just correct it and try to make sure that that will not become again mistake in your next trade. This is one of the best rules. Never get HA to stock with positive or negative bias in your mind. Trade with neutral bias. हमने वो सीरियल देखी होगी जिसमें एक डायलॉग आया था, इमोशन में इंसान हमेशा गलती करता है, don't try to trade with emotions. You have to trade with neutral bias. Sometimes we know that Rakesh Junjunwala will never says that the market will going down. Some Mandiwala, say for example, at that point in time, I am talking about 10 to 15 years back, that Shankar Sharma, whenever he comes, market will be in a Mandi mode. He never says that the market will going up. As a trader, will not attach with any bullers or bears. If market is in an uptrend, we have to be with RJ. We have to take buy trade first and then sell next. If the market is in downtrend, we have to sell first and buy next. But before taking a particular trade, we have to be with neutral bias. मार्केट अगर ऊपर जा रहा है, आपको मार्केट के साथ चल के वो बायस से ही जाना है. ऐसा नहीं है कि दैट पर्टिकुलर सपोज कोई शेयर्स पर्टिकुलर वीक है, ऑलवेज यू बिलीव दैट ये शेयर्स नीचे ही जाएगा, नीचे ही जाएगा, नीचे ही जाएगा, और आप उस हिसाब से ट्रेड करेंगे. तो आपके दिमाग में, इन योर माइंड, you are keeping certain things that the market, this particular stock will go down. So whenever that particular stock goes up, you will not take the benefit of that uptrend. So before taking any positions in the trading, your views may be up or down, but your bias will be neutral. If trade goes in your unfavor, just build up your positions. If trade goes, this is the fundamental on favor, just carry on. Don't be rely on any particular bulls or bears. Bulls never says that the market will go down. Bears never says that the market will go up. अपना क्या है? अपने को पैसा बनाना है ये मार्केट में. अगर मार्केट ऊपर जा रही है, हम लोग आरजे और बुल्स जो भी बता रहे उसके साथ बैठ जाएंगे. अगर मार्केट नीचे जा रही है कंसिस्टेंटली, हम लोग बेस के साथ बैठ जाएंगे. एज ए ट्रेडर, our motive is to earn a money from that particular trade. और मार्केट ऊपर जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है, इससे अपने को कोई मतलब नहीं है. Our aim is to make money consistently and that too for a longer period of time. My dear friends, those who are an active trader must follow the price and not the stocks. Price is God. हमारे गुजराती में कहावत है, भावेश भगवान बाकी सब शैतान. Price is God, anything other, everything other is a devil. If you want to become a successful trader, then just see the screen. If out of 100 stocks, 95% stocks are going up, then we have to see the prices of that particular stock. If the trend is up, stocks price is going up, then we have to take the buy decision. If the trend is down, market is going down, 95% stocks out of 100% stocks are going down, then price will reflect this. I am taking my everyday trade only on the basis of price actions. Sometimes many technical person says that this chart is important. I never says that the technicals or chart is not important. But chart कैसे बनेगा? How the chart is prepared? Only on the basis of price. First price moves, thereafter chart comes. So if you are screening the prices, then I am sure that most of your trade will be a favorable. अगर आप प्राइस देख के डिसीजंस लेंगे, स्क्रीन देख के डिसीजंस लेंगे, तो आपका डिसीजन सच होने का चांसेस बहुत ही बढ़ जाएंगे. सो ऑलवेज सी द प्राइसेस, not the stocks. Price is God, Bhavesh Bhagwan. If price is going consistently up, we have to take buy trade and on long side trade on that particular stocks. If the price is going consistently down of particular stocks, then we have to sell that stock first and buy next. Sometimes if we want to become a hazard, that one stock is hitting 52-week highs and one stock is not in a buy mode also, or say making new consistent loss, at that point of time, you have to take buy positions of 52-week high stocks and sell positions on the stocks which are trading at 52-week low. So always follow price. I am 100% sure that if you are following the price, then your decisions will become a very good decision in a times to come. Golden rules number 15 says that trade the stocks just like an affair with them. Don't marry them. We have to trade the stocks just like an affair. Continuously, if the particular stock is giving us a profit, we have to trade with them. Once if the stock is goes in a consolidated mode, और अगर कुछ भी हो गया आगे पीछे उसमें, we just throw it away and go to next stock. Sometimes क्या होता है, if we bought, say for example, idea stock at 14 rupees and stock goes in unfavor, say 13 rupees, again we are buying idea. If stock goes to 12 rupees, again we are buying idea. It's just like we are marrying idea stocks. Don't do that. Just play the stocks whenever stocks or say your trade goes in your favor. Just kept it or left it out once trade is or particular stock is not giving you any returns. That's why I am trading always in the momentum stocks. So, जैसे ही अभी आपको पता होगा लास्ट कितने महीनों से PSU stocks are in the limelight. Then we don't have to want to trade any other trade. We have to trade in PSU stocks because that stocks are moving in particular direction. So even if your decision is wrong or your stock picking is wrong, then also you are in a profit. So always not attach to any particular stock. Attachment is always risky for stock market trader. Friends, as already stated, chart is the consequences of price action. So concentrate always on price actions. Yes, price action comes first, chart comes next. Chart is also an important thing. But if you are a master in watching or screening the price actions, then chart will always helpful with price actions. So always do or watch, screen carefully, and thereafter take your decisions. Golden rules number 17 says that don't trade in high beta stocks during volatility. Chances of you getting stuck is very high unless you are a fast mover. Friend, what happens to high beta stocks? They are moving up and down or say 5 to 7, 8% within a moment. So it's not easy to keep a strict stop loss in that particular trade. So always, if possible, trade in low beta stocks that's with particular direction. Say, for example, if Hindustan Lever stocks is in an uptrend and going up continuously, then you have to take the decision of buying that particular stock with small stop loss. Because wherever there is a low beta, the stop loss is very small. So chance of losing is very less. Or even if you lose out, your loss is limited or to the extent of say 1 to 2%. And chances of getting stuck is very less. Even some professional traders or myself also is doing high beta trading also, but we are a fast mover. We know that where to exit. कई स्टॉक्स में हम लोग हाई बीटा स्टॉक्स में पोजीशंस लेते हैं, लेकिन उसमें निकलना उतना ही स्पीड से है. इफ यू वांट टू कैच अप द रनिंग ट्रेंड, देन यू हैव टू फॉलो द पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन, कि आपको उसमें चलती गाड़ी में बैठना भी आना चाहिए और चलती गाड़ी में उतरना भी आना चाहिए, अदरवाइज एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा. सो फॉर ए नॉर्मल ट्रेडर, डोंट ट्रेड इन हाई बीटा स्टॉक्स ड्यूरिंग वोलेटाइल टाइम्स. से फॉर एग्जांपल कि भाई अभी मार्केट 15 दिन से बियॉन्ड चल रहा था, लेकिन नाउ एट माय बिलीफ इज दैट एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मार्केट विल बिकम ए वोलेटाइल. यहां से इजीली मूव नहीं करेगा. मार्केट में गो अप, I don't say that the market will coming down or retracement will be there, but market will become a volatile in times to come. So whenever there is a volatility, either trade less or trade in a low beta stocks, so that you will not become struck down in your unfavorable trade. Friends, always trade through options before a big event. I have already said that do not take any positions before a big event. And even if you want to take a positions, always trade through options, because buying the options is always an easy thing. Most of the smart traders are earning from selling or writing of the options. But whenever there is a big event, it's always beneficial to buy the options. Why? Because if the next day market opens gap up or gap down, your loss will be limited to the extent of premium paid if you buy the options. So always trade through options before a big event. Friends, this is the four most important thing for trader. And मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि मैं मेरे जितने भी 20 साल से डिसीजंस ले रहा हूं, वेदर इट इज ए बाय डिसीजन, सेल डिसीजन, ऑलवेज on the basis of open interest. So always remember four things. Long build up. There are four type of situations on open interest basis. Long build up. Long build up means whenever there is a rise in prices along with rise in OI, that means someone is buying and creating a long position. So you have to buy first, sell next. Short build up means fall in price along with rise in positions. That means prices is consistently going down with rise in open interest. That means someone is shorting, and that's why market is falling. So it's always becomes easy to build a position in long build up and short build up. It's always easy. Whenever there is a long build up in the stocks, we have to buy first and thereafter sell next. Whenever there is a short build up, we have to sell first and buy next. The third position is long unwinding. Long unwinding means whenever there is a fall in prices along with fall in OI, open interest. Price भी गिर रहा है, साथ में open interest भी गिर रहा है. That means those who have taken the long positions are unwinding their positions, and because of that unwinding, prices are falling. So it's sometimes difficult to take trade in long unwinding. And again, fourth is short covering. Short covering means prices are going up, rise in prices along with fall in open interest. But open interest is going down. That means those who have shorted are covering up their position, and because of their short covering, prices is going up, but open interest is going down. So as a trader, it's always advisable to trade in two thing, long build up and short build up. But if you are a smart trader, then you can take positions in long winding and short covering be also. But for a normal trader or say easy earn money, it's always beneficial to trade in long build up and short build up. And I am sure that those who are following this trend will become a winner in their 5 trade out of 6 trade. Don't sell option unless you are a mastermind trader. Yes, we already spoke that it's always beneficial to buy the options, but majority of the smart trader are earning money consistently by selling the options or writing of the options. But for that, you have a certain years of experience of trading. Without experience, don't try to become a seller of the options. Once you are become a very good trader, then take the decision of selling, and that's with so many strategies. Sometimes someone is selling the options by buying that particular stocks, traders से वो कितने सारे चीजें जो माइंड में रख के आपको सेल करने का रहता है. So we always keep in mind certain things before selling the options, and if you are not a smart trader, then always stay away from sell the options, because what happens, even if at one point you are not keeping the stop loss on selling the options, your loss will be unlimited. And in one trade, your entire profit of years will gone away. So take decisions whether you are a smart trader, mastermind trader who moves with certain strategy, then and then only you have to sell the options. Otherwise, I can say stay away from selling the options. Friends, market is like a test match. You have to field for the whole day, but get only few chances of catch during the day. Take that. I already says in few lines that as a trader, you have to trade just like a player who plays in test match. He plays only on that particular ball where he feels that this the ball to hit it away. Otherwise, left it out. So it's just like play the ball where you thinks that I can hit that ball for a 4 or 6. Otherwise, just stay away. And sometimes, whenever I'm telling that you have to be in front of the screen, but do not take trade, people are saying that. Then why we are in front of the screen? My dear friends, we never know where we get opportunity. See that, see the particular picture. The person fielding in the seat never know when the catch comes, but he has to field entire day for that. And for traders, we have to be entirely 9:15 to 3:30 in front of the screen. And whenever opportunity comes, we have to grab it. Otherwise, just stay away from trading. My dear friends, try to convert every opportunity in your favor. We never know when the opportunity comes, but whenever opportunity comes, try to convert that opportunity in your favor. Sometimes I will give you a real life example. साल में एक या दो ट्रेड, 1 or 2 ट्रेड्स इन ईयर, ऐसे ट्रेड हमारे होते हैं कि that will cover so many years losses. So you have to take opportunity of that particular trade. I will give you a simple example of Tata Power. My group members, professional equity group members, always know that I will take the highest trade whenever there is a 52-week high or all-time high. Shares prices cross all-time high. Market in a buy mode. Fundamentals of that particular stock is good. 7 to 8 dots जब भी मिल जाते हैं ना, then I will take a highest quantity trade because I know this is the golden opportunity which comes only once or twice in a year. So you have to take most of the or major benefit from that particular opportunity and earn handsomely in that particular trade. My dear friends, always said that buy on rumors, sell on news. जब भी कोई रूमर्स मार्केट में आता है उसके बाय करते हैं, लेकिन अगेन वो रूमर्स न्यूज में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. तो व्हाट द स्मार्ट ट्रेडर्स आर डूइंग, they will squaring up their positions whenever actual news comes into the market. So always advisable to buy on rumor, but once actual news comes, well, whatever may be the good impact of that particular news, just stay away or square up your position at that point of time. My dear friends, do not panic in unfavorable situation because fresh mind is utmost necessary to trade in the market. जब भी आप मार्केट में trade लो, or if your trade goes in favor or you are in a losses, then do not panic. Just stay away from the market for some times. Just learn what are the mistakes you have done, and because of that mistake or because of certain thing, you are in a losses. Then just do not panic. Stay away from the market. Relax it, and whenever you are capable of doing next trade without panic, then do that particular time trading you will start. Otherwise, do not panic in unfavorable situation or do not do any fresh trade in unfavorable situation because fresh mind is at most necessary to trade in the market. Take more risks when you are in a profit, less risk when you are in a loss. We have already seen in rule number 3 that add in favor, subtract in unfavor. Take more risk. Add in favor means taking more risks whenever you are in a profit. Subtracting in unfavor means taking less risk when you are in a loss. So do not average in losses, always average in profit. Do not for purely bulls or purely bears. Bulls never says that the market will going down. Bears never says that the market will going up. As a trader, we have to be with neutral bias. Agar market ऊपर जा रहा है, then we have to follow the bulls. If market is consistently going down, we have to follow the bears. Our aim is to make money. अपना सपना मनी मनी. ये मार्केट में अपने को बुल्स और बेर्स से कोई मतलब नहीं है. अपने को लॉन्गर टर्म कंसिस्टेंटली अर्निंग मनी फ्रॉम ट्रेडिंग इज अवर एम. Whenever there is a sudden large upward or downward movement, don't waste your time in finding out the reason because reason is not important. It's your loss which is important. Try to protect your capital and minimize the loss. Friends, if you are taking a positions in particular trade and suddenly something goes wrong and you are in a losses, then straight away square up your positions. Don't try to find out the reasons. What people says, kya ho gaya, kya ho gaya, what's happened, why the market is going down. Friends, reason is not important. It's our loss. It's important for us. We have to reduce our loss by squaring up our positions. Just square up your trade and thereafter आराम से देखो what is the reason why market is going up, going down. But first, square up your positions. My dear friends, be positive in life, build your self-confidence and try to learn from every situation. Because positive in life doesn't mean always buy first and second next. Positive in life must, whenever you are text any particular trades, you believe in yourself. कि मेरा ये ट्रेड, कई लोग क्या करते हैं, ट्रेड लेने से पहले मैं जो भी करता हूं उसका नुकसान में ही ट्रेड जाता है. So be a positive in trading and life also, and do your trade with self-confidence. Try to learn each and every situation, and most of the time unfavorable situations will give you very good reason or say confidence कि भाई ये सिचुएशन में मैं अगर टेकल कर गया तो आगे जाके कोई भी सिचुएशन आएगा मैं टेकल करके जाऊंगा. सो ऑलवेज बिलीव इन योर सेल्फ, डू नॉट डिपेंड ऑन एनीवन. Friends, in the end, before concluding my slide, I have to say something that it has taken me 7 years to learn how to be a successful in trading and how to become a successful trader. My dear friends, it's not only the smartness, intellect, which makes you successful trader. It's the discipline which is the utmost important to become a success. If you are not a disciplined trader, you will never become a successful trader. And I am sure that if you follow these rules and trade with strict discipline, you will never lose money in speculation. I am always talking with my friends that I will never lose money in speculation because मेरे पास इतने ब्रह्मास्त्र हैं ना कि मैं कभी भी ये मार्केट में ट्रेडिंग में लॉस कर ही नहीं सकता हूं. एक दो तीन चार ट्रेड लॉस हो गई, क्या हुआ, वेन एवर गोस मेरा एक ट्रेड भी फेवरेबल हो गया ना, it will cover up my 2 3 5 years losses also. So if you follow these rules and trade with strict discipline, you will never lose money in speculation. And friend, one more thing, whenever you are in a sizable profit, do positive things which inspires you in life. Always try to inspire losers in life because they need your help. A few positive words from you can make them feel good, give them support and motivate them to work hard. And in the end, friend, do not try to become a millionaire in short span of time. It's a gradual process. Rome was not built in a day. Friends, these old golden rules are summary of my trading life of last 22 years. ये जितने भी रूल्स हैं ना, वो मैंने मेरी एक एक सिचुएशन से बनाए हुए रूल्स है. And today, I am implementing most of the rules in my trading life. That's why since last 15 years, I have not lose a single penny in a particular year in my trading. That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much. We can take a Q&A session. Over to you, Ashnur.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
Hi. You are on a mute mode, Ashnur.
Thank you so much, sir. This was indeed a very helpful presentation, and I'm sure our audience would have learned a lot from all those golden rules. I would relate to few instances that you shared. Those rules you talked about the risk reward ratio and stop loss And finally, the rule on when to
Your voice
exit
is not
between
clear.
the exit doors.
Sir, sorry, your voice is
Hello,
not
am I
clear.
audible now?
Yeah, audible now.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, I was saying that all those golden rules have been quite helpful, and I'm sure that our audience would definitely learn from your rich trading experience. And most importantly, like you talked about, that discipline is much more important than knowledge or
Yes.
any experience. So we'll definitely inculcate all the trading rules that you talked about. Thank you so much, sir, for this.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, I'm just checking for the questions. Meanwhile, I would like to request the audience, in case you have any of the questions, you can just drop your questions in the box provided to you. I will just tell this. We'll wait for a minute or two for the questions. Meanwhile,
No,
the audience
otherwise we
can
will
just
conclude
post the
it. If
questions
there is any
so
questions,
that we can
we can
take
take
them.
it up. Hmm.
Right.
So, sir, there is a question from one of the members
Hmm.
that in the beginning of the session you suggested that FNO is the way to go. You would not be recommend trading in equities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying that risk in FNO is also greater than if you are trading in underlying of equity. So
Hmm.
how do you curb that risk going forward? I mean,
So the question is, how do you cover your risk whenever you are trading in FNO, right? Hello.
yes, sir, that's the question.
Uh, Whenever you are taking in I have already shown to you that there are so many rules, but whenever you are taking positions in future and options, the one rule is must. That is the stop loss. If you are keeping strict stop loss in mind, then don't worry. Your loss is limited to the extent of stop loss. So you have to carry on the stocks or your positions till the time you are in a profit. If stocks goes with certain profits, or say for example you are buying particular stocks and that particular stocks goes 5 to 7% in your favor, then raise the trailing stop loss. But stop loss is must. Because what happen if you are doing in a case market trade, then at 3:30, whether your trade is in favor or unfavor, you have to square it up. But in FNO, you have to carry on the positions. So my rule says that if you are trading with strict stop loss and trade goes in your favor, you have to carry on the. So your risk is only limited, or sometimes even you can do a certain trade with buying the option, selling the option, covering straddle. There are so many strategies. So FNO, it's very easy to do take a particular trade with 1 or 2%, 3%. Suppose you are buying that particular stock which looks like going up, then you can no, buy a put option of that particular stock. So your loss is limited to the extent of paying premium in put options, but your profit is unlimited. Carry on the stock whenever trading goes in your firm. So there are so many strategies.
Right, sir. Ashnur, any further question? You're on mute, Ashnur.
Yes, just checking the questions. Yeah. So this question is from Mr. Nischay. are there any situations? Are there any situations where technical analysis does not work for estimation of target price of a share? Hello,
Jiten
sir,
sir,
am
you're
I
on mute.
audible?
Jiten sir, you're on mute. Yeah, Ashnu, the question was audible. Jiten sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
am
should I
always
repeat the
saying that.
question?
Yeah. Repeat it.
Yeah. So this question is from Mr. Nishay. Are there any situations where technical analysis does not work for estimation of target price of a share?
First of all, I am always saying that whenever you are take positions in that particular stocks, do not keep in mind any target, because target is always revised. Suppose I have bought particular stock, say for example, मेरे को market यहाँ से ऊपर लग रहा है. I have bought that particular stock with so and so target, and at that particular time my target is, but I don't want to get it out from that. So always keep strict stop loss in mind. Or say for example, say trailing stop loss can also be done whenever trading goes. So I am not keeping any target in my mind whenever I am taking any trade. Target is always revisable. So it's not a point to keep in mind any target. टेक्निकल से क्या करोगे आप? टारगेट माइंड में रखोगे, टारगेट रिवाइज हो जाएगा, वापस आप निकल जाओगे, वापस एड करोगे. सो माय एडवाइस इज दैट यू हैव टू बी इन द स्टॉक्स टिल द टाइम signs of retracement is not there. Okay.
Okay, sir. So we also have a few questions on the risk reward ratio. There are questions on how to maintain it and what should be the ideal ratio.
I already spoken that ideal ratio will be at least 3:1. That means your profit is 3 times than your stop loss. And most of the times, even when the trade goes in my favor, I am making 5:1 ratio also. So risk reward ratio, what says that the whenever suppose you are taking the trade with 5 rupees stop loss and 5 rupees target, that doesn't work. अगर आप 5 रुपये कमाओगे, 5 रुपये गवाओगे, not a matter. Whenever you feel that that stock, particular stocks is giving you 10 to 15% return with 2 to 3% stop loss, then you can take the trade. Otherwise, don't trade.
Right.
And even if you are maintaining risk reward ratio and certain point of times market may behavior irrationally, then just sold it out with 1:1, 1:2 also. But do not take fresh positions where the risk reward ratio is not in your favor. That's what I mean to say.
Got it. So we have another question from Mr. Ganesh. His question is that how do we select stocks for intra or positional trading?
That's why I was on you forced like that. There are, whenever market opens, you have to see that what are the stocks is moving with open interest, or going down with moving up with open interest, or giving. That will indicate you that in that particular stocks buying is going on or selling is going on. So in the first 5 minutes, I watch only OI position. Suppose some stocks is open with 5% gap up and 4 to 5% open interest up, I will always buy that stock. And if because of any reason some stocks market is down and some stock is going 5% open, 5% down with 5% open interest up, then I am sorting that. So in the initial 5 minutes, you have to see what are the stocks which are moving with open interest, whether it's up or down, and take decisions on the basis. And once your stock goes in your favor, say I bought Coal India at 242. Why? The reason is that Coal India crossed is 52-week or long consolidation at that particular time. और जब वो वहां से ऊपर गया, I have taken the positions with only 5 rupees stop loss. So my stop loss is only 2%. And if my stocks goes favor, say at the end of the day 250, next day 255, then again 255 to 250, I will not square up my position. I will keep certain trailing stop loss, but carrying on my positions. But whenever I want to take the positions, I will see the open interest first. So you have to keep in mind open interest first.
Yes, sir. So there's another question from Mr. Abhay. The question is, what should be the optimal stop loss? You talked about stop loss in your presentation that there should be a strict stop loss. What should be an optimal stop loss, or how can we decide?
Generally, we are keeping 2 to 3% stop loss in low beta stocks. Whenever there is an opportunity comes and we feels that this stock may go 10, 15, 20% up or down, then we will keep 2 to 3% ideal stop loss. But if we are taking positions in high beta stock, say for example, I am taking positions in idea, which may go 7% up or down within few minutes. In that case, I have to keep my stop loss much higher. So stop loss always depends upon which particular store you are taking positions. If the stock is low beta, 2 to 3% is more than enough. And if the stock is high beta, where risk reward ratio may be higher. Suppose idea you will buy with 50% upside, then your stop loss would be around 10 to 15% also. So it depends upon
Yes.
what are the stocks or what are the nature of stocks, whether it's a high beta or low beta. Then we will take that. But normally it will be 2 to 3%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll just check for more questions. In case there are more questions, we can take them up. And otherwise, we would move to our next session.
Yes, Dinesh is also again. Welcome,
Afternoon,
Dinesh
maybe
bhai.
we can take just one or two more questions, and then rest can be shared across with sir via email, and sir can probably take it up later on.
Right.
So just one more two questions, please.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So there's a question from Mr. Nishant, who says that as a derivative beginner trader, what should be my focus? What should my focus be? How should I begin, and what rules should I keep in mind?
Pardon? Please repeat the question.
So the question is that as a derivative beginner, what are the things I should keep in mind, and should my focus be?
First, if you are a fresh trader, derivative traders, then my advice is that first you will trade with the options only, and that too on buy side. Why? Because whenever you are buying the options, your stop loss, inbuilt stop loss is there. So your loss is limited to the extent of premium paid. And even if your trade goes wrong or you are indisciplined trader, then inbuilt stop loss is there. So as a derivative trader, if you are starting your trading life, then first say few months you have to start in options only, and thereafter you will come into the future market. That's my advice.
Yes, sir.
A
Thank
very
you so
sound
much,
advice
sir.
indeed.
Yes, sir. Um, Thank you so much, sir. These are the questions
Thank you.
for the day. Your session has been really helpful and very enlightening. I can also see from the question box, remarks from all the audience that they have really benefited from the session, and we would definitely try to implement all these rules whenever we trade or whenever we basically continue our trading journey. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank
gracing
you.
this webinar.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be now having Mr. Dinesh Somani, sir, for our session on demystifying the markets. A very warm welcome to you, sir. So let me take a moment to also introduce Dinesh Somani, sir, to the audience. Sir is the founder of a leading financial services firm, and he has been associated with the commodities market since 2001 and has been doing intensive research in the statistical and economical modeling of the commodity market. So he'll be taking up the session on demystifying the financial markets. Over to you, sir.
I want to share the presentation. I'll share it first. Yeah.
Yes, sir, sure.
Is it visible, Ashur?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It is perfectly visible.
And this charts?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay.
I can see the chart.
Yeah, just hold on. Right. So shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So शुरू करने से पहले मैं सर्वप्रथम आप सभी का अभिवादन करता हूँ, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि इतनी सुहानी शाम में 1500 लोग समय निकालकर मेरा 1.5 घंटे का सेशन सुन रहे हैं। ये दर्शाता है कि आप लोगों में ज्ञान लेने की जिज्ञासा बहुत ज्यादा है।
Dinesh sir,
Yeah.
we've just got a few requests on the question box. They've requested if you could deliberate in English because we have audience from the southern part of the country as well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for considering this request.
Thank you. So first of all, thanks a lot. There being a 1500 audience, and it's really worth to see that all people are very eager to learn this financial market, which is running at the peak right now. And special thanks to CA Joshi sir for giving me this opportunity, the selfless service. Thank you, Joshi sir. Thanks a lot. So I'll start my session with demystifying financial markets, understanding it through very basics. You need to understand this market with very basic concepts. How do you go through it? How do you work out it? How do you make maximum out of it? The first slide contains the loyalty of the market. How can be you loyal to the market? The very first thing is loyal. What does loyalty means? The first thing you need to understand when you trade into the financial market is investment is a business and you need to be loyal towards your business. What does loyalty means actually? Loyalty simply means whatever share, whatever company you are investing in, you need to buy the product of that company. Whenever I start a webinar, whenever I take a seminar, I usually go with this first 2-3 statements and first 2-3 slides, which contains that you need to be loyal to your business. How does loyalty means? If you own share of ITC company, you have to buy Ashirwad Atta. You have to buy Sunfit biscuits. That means you are investing in your own business that you have invested. Secondly, if you travel abroad, you travel anywhere, you have, and if you own a share of Indigo, you have to go with Indigo only, right? If you are ill, if you want to show to a doctor, and if you own a share of Apollo Hospital, you have to connect it to the Apollo Hospital only. That shows your loyalty towards the particular business. Any of the pharma's company, whichever you invest in, you prefer to buy medicine of that particular company. That shows your loyalty towards that business. That's it. Second thing is, you need to think logically and implement that logic in your financial investing. Now, how to think it logically and how do you work it? I think I need not start with the basic to differentiate between what is fundamental analysis and what is technical analysis. Fundamental is all about learning the basics of the market through the balance sheets and the data available, while technical is all about the study of charts. And the study of chart includes basically the price and volume. Now, how does the logical thinking help you to implement a better strategy to invest? Simply make the current decision. What would be the impact of financial markets of the Fed decision? The Fed decision abhi recently aaya, what could be the impact on the market? It simply means that over the period of time, the implementation of the increase in interest rate has to be stopped. And by the next year, there could be 3 cuts. If there are 3 cuts, then that means whatever investment which has moved out from India to that particular location could be back again to the nation. Indian market has to boom, and that's what it happened. Simply use of the logical thinking. If I say the price of cotton has declined almost by 40% compared to last year. Last year, the prices were peak at 12,000 rupees. This year, it is hovering around 7,000 rupees. If the input cost or the raw material cost of a particular sector has reduced almost by 40%, that means it indicates that its balance sheet has improved a lot. Take, for example, Urban Mill Limited. Take, for example, Jockey, the company name called Page Industries, Rupa, or you can say the dollar industries as well. So in चीजों पर how does that impact the impact of cotton prices on this particular sector? And the sector which I love the most recent days is the aviation sector. I've made a detailed study in this aviation sector, and based on my logical thinking and my assumptions and my study, I feel this sector is going to flourish in days to come. Let's analyze in short what are the basic things that this aviation sector cover, which makes it flourishing in days to come. The first thing you need to understand is the air travel. In 2014, close to 6 crore people used to travel by air. Now, in 2023, there are 14.5 crores who are traveling by air on a daily basis. It's a jump of almost 2.5 times. And the best part is, there are assumptions, and the market study shows that by 2030, this aviation air traffic is going to be 42 crores, which indicates 3 times from here onwards. यहाँ से 3 गुना ट्रैफिक उसमें बढ़ने की पूरी संभावना जताई जा रही है. In 2014, we had close to 74 airports in the country. As of now, in 2023, we have 148 functional airports in our nation, almost double in last those years. And the government is on the verge of making it to 220 in 2 or 3 years to come. There was a recent news which says UP alone is going to get 9 new airports, new additions of the airports. That means from 74 to 148, from 142 to 220, there is an incremental growth in the aviation sector. The third part is, earlier, if you analyze a recent past data, the daily air flyers were close to 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh. And there is a sudden spike in recent days, and it has gone to 4.9 lakh persons traveling by air every day. A drastic increase. Moreover, I've even heard that there is a remote place in Maharashtra called Tadoba, and the Maharashtra government has urged the center to build an airport even at that location to attract tourism. They're thinking of connecting the entire nation via airports. So that's the decision which is in favor of the aviation sector. The other part is, there is a 40% of the cost of this particular section is into the jet fuels. Prices of this jet fuel were hovering around, the WTI crude was $95 about 6 months back. Now this is hovering around $77, $78. And the technical analysis study says that these prices are going to fall further by $10 in days to come. Crude has entered into a bearish mode. The data from the major countries such as China is not encouraging, which is destructing the demand. The EV sector, electric vehicle sector, which is evolving, will push the demand further lower. तो अगर क्रूड ऑयल प्राइसेस कम होती है तो इनपुट कॉस्ट डायरेक्टली एविएशन सेक्टर का कम होने की पूरी संभावना जताई जा रही है. The input cost is low, it's expanding in 3 times, and the best part is the airfare cost has gone tremendously higher. Earlier, when I used to travel to Jodhpur, I used to travel at 5,000 rupees a ticket. Now it is 8,500 rupees on one way. So there is a drastic increase in the fare. There is a reduction in the fuel oil prices. There is expansion mode, and everything is favoring this particular sector. This particular segment is being ignored by so long time just because it was never profitable. But in 2023, this sector turned profitable. Though the profit margin was just 2.6%, but still it was profitable. And there are assumptions going on that this sector over the period of next 2 or 3 years, the margin of profit is going to increase by 5.6% from current 2.6%. Big market players are entering into this sector. They are taking stakes. They are supporting this sector. This makes the sector most viable. Now, what to invest or which thing to buy in this particular sector? You always feel, in case of automobile, Maruti is the market leader with 45% share. But if some other sector is going up, like Tata Motors is taking the share, we invest in Tata Motors. But when you go into aviation sector, particularly Indigo holds a 55% market share of this sector. The second part is, if there are so many airports, the one company which is the second best in the world is none other than GMR Infra. It is already functional at Delhi, it is functional at Hyderabad and Goa as well. These two particular scripts, they are going to perform like anything over the periods to come if these assumptions all goes correct. Now, what levels to buy? Those particular thing, levels and strategy, we would look into the technical analysis part. Samani sir, I think I'm okay. I'm audible, clear?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. So moving to the next part, coming to the technical analysis. What technical analysis is all about? I won't go much into the basics. I'll directly stick to the target audience. Technical analysis is study of charts, which mostly comprises of price and volume. Technical analysis में दो मुख्य चीजें हैं. One is the price, second is the volume. Those two things constitute entire study of technical analysis. And whenever I go in for a webinar or a seminar, I usually start with the basic assumptions of technical analysis. Before you kick start, you need to understand what are the basic assumptions. In Hindi, we say it is as a bunyadi manyata. What is the basics of technical analysis? The first thing you need to understand is that market discounts everything. Whenever you look at a chart, you have to totally ignore the fundamental part of that particular company. If you're watching Infosys, move away from the results, move away from the order books, move away from the hedge position, move away from the dollar index, or move away from the comments as well. That is what it says, market discounts everything. If in case of aviation sector, the air traffic is going to get 3 times by 2030, you need not wait for 2030. That things would be discounted in next 2 or 3 years. The way things are moving at, I think within 3 years, this sector is going to go up in any case, because the market is going to discount next 6 years in days to come. The other part is price moves in a trend. You need to understand it very thoroughly. Anything which has moved up too high, I need not short it. Anything which is going up too long, मतलब नीचे अगर बहुत ज़्यादा कोई चीज जा रही है, so that does not mean I need to buy or I need to bottom hunt it. Unless there are technical reversal levels, unless there is a specific chart pattern that is being followed, without it, you need not enter into that particular script. You might have heard that recently Nifty बहुत बढ़ गई है. Nifty has been skyrocketing. Bank Nifty has moved up from 40,000 to 48,000. This move is abnormal and it is good level to short. No, unless the indicators suggest, we need to understand the second assumption of technical analysis, that the price moves in a trend. कोई भी चीज, I have seen shares of companies, Reliance, Arcom. It was 830 at times. It went up to 400. People started to buy. It went up to 200. People started to buy. It went up to 20 rupees. People started to buy. And it is just a penny stock right now. So बहुत ज्यादा कुछ घट जाए उसको खरीदे या बहुत ज्यादा उसको बढ़ जाए उसको बेचे, that does not justify it. Right? The last part is history repeat itself. One of the very well concept that is being actively used in the chart patterns. Things that have happened in the past can be repeated in the future again. That is what it says, history repeat itself. You might be aware of it. शायद आपके घर पे भी कभी होता होगा. Most of the time my mom says कि the cat has crossed, you need to hold on. बिल्ली रास्ता काटी, आपके लिए रुकना है. The shoe is reverse way, it is not a good signal. The milk is overflowing, not a good signal. What happens? Is there any logic behind it? No, there is no logic behind it. The only thing is that is embedded in your mind. Things might have which have been worse at history could be repeated again. जो चीजें पास्ट में दुखदाई हुई होगी वो शायद फ्यूचर में अगेन हो सकती है. That's what it says. History repeats itself. Same is the case here. In case of chart patterns, you find similar patterns that have happened earlier, and the moves that particular script has shown earlier, the same similar move could happen again right now. That is what we say, history repeats itself. Things that have happened in the past could be repeated in the future ahead. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it fast, Shnur? I'm okay?
No, sir, it's at the perfectly right pace.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. We move to a very important concept of technical analysis. These days, no one is looking at the indicators, no one is looking at the oscillators. What all people are looking at the chart patterns. What pattern is in formation, what pattern is going a breakout, what pattern volumes are building up, and people start to implement and take the strategies. Look at any of the thing. The chart of Gale started moving from 98 to 145. Chart of Vale moving from 80 to 188. It is all riding on the chart patterns as of now. So whatever is the trend, we need to follow the trend. That is what the second sentence says. Prices moves in a trend. We need to also follow the trend, right? The first pattern, we need to understand what are the two kinds of pattern. It is reversal pattern and a continuation pattern. And as the name indicates, what is reversal and what is continuation? Reversal pattern says that the current trend is going to reverse. Simply. Iska matlab, that simply means if the prices are going down, 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 and there is a reversal kind of theory, the downtrend is going to halt and the uptrend is going to resume. That is what we say as a reversal pattern. मतलब गिरावट रुक गई है और अपसाइड मूवमेंट जो अप ट्रेंड है दैट इज गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू फ्रॉम देयर ऑन. What is the continuation pattern then? Continuation pattern simply says there is an uptrend and after a certain phase the prices takes a halt, and after the halt the prices continue to rise again. That means the similar pattern which was there few days back is going to continue again. It is basically a resumption of the trend. That is what we say continuation pattern. Now we say what falls into reversal pattern and what falls into continuation pattern. Excuse me. What are reversal pattern? Whenever the trend gets reversed, that's a reversal pattern. And when the current trend continues, we say it is a continuation pattern. Start with again the basic thing, support and resistance. Simply what does that mean? Support and resistance. Support is simply the area of demand wherein people are willing to buy at that particular level. What is resistance? Resistance is something people want to dump in the stock, people want to sell in the stock. That means the area of supply. Technical analysis is not only the study of financial market, it's study of human life as well, human behavior as well. We see in our daily life who are our support, our close friends, family, relatives. Who are our resistance? The bad company. That's what it means. Area of demand and area of supply, support and resistance. One of the very less known pattern is a role reversal. What is a role reversal? As the name indicates, the role is being reversed. You see a particular script try to move from a particular point. Suppose I say prices of bhel. It used to go to 80 rupees, then it is fall to again 65, 70 rupees. It again tried to move from 80, tries to come back to 65, 70 rupees. That means that 80 is a tough resistance to crack. That 80 is the area of supply. That 80 is a resistance. And the moment the 80 was breached with volume, जैसे ही भेल का शेयर 80 के ऊपर वॉल्यूम के साथ निकला, that 80 became the support now. That is what we say role reversal. That means the role has reversed, the role of a Resistance has now reversed to a support zone. मतलब उसके बाद दोबारा अब 80 पर आता है हिल का शेयर, तो it's a good level to buy. This is just an assumption, not the exact price, what I'm telling you. Similar is the case of support as well. If for a particular script, if the support is broken, suppose I say a script name called Tech Mahindra. 1400 was a very crucial level. Prices used to come to 1400, then move to 1600, then again used to come to 14 and move to 16. The moment that 1400 level was broken, the crucial support was broken, prices collapsed to almost 900 rupees, a 400 rupees fall immediately. That means a very crucial support was broken, prices started to move again from that 900 to 1400. Now this 1400 has become a resistance. That is what we call as the role reversal. Once which was a support, now has become a resistance. शायद पुरानी मूवी में कभी आपने एक फेमस डायलॉग सुना होगा कि जो सबसे अच्छा दोस्त होता है वही सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन बनता है. So that is what kind of it support is, support and resistance. Trend line and their importance. What is a trend line? Simple. The line which shows the current trend of the market is a trend line. We need not go into the depth of what trend line is. How do we draw a trend line? Very simple thing. Trend line has to connect at least three major important support or resistance. A trend line could be acting as a support as well. A trend line could be acting as a resistance as well. It should touch at least three major important points. And the second part is the angle should be close to 45 degree. 45 डिग्री का उसका एंगल होना चाहिए, and it should support, it should test at least three major important points. What are channels? Channels are nothing but the two parallel trend lines, as simple. I'll show you with the examples, live example, how do they work, how they act, and how they play a crucial role. The very important pattern and very functional these days is the head and shoulder pattern and the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Since there is an uptrend and the prices are moving like anything these days, this head and shoulder pattern, which is a bearish pattern, is rarely seen, and the inverted head and shoulder pattern is very common seen. Now I hope you understand whether the head and shoulder pattern is a reversal pattern or a continuation pattern. Head and shoulder pattern में जो current trend है वो reverse हो जाती है. That means it's a reversal pattern. Head and shoulder pattern occurs at the top of the trend. एकदम ऊपर में मिलेगा आपको. It has four components. One is the head, two shoulder, and a neckline. The moment the neckline is broken, prices falls. That means the uptrend converts into a downtrend. That is why we call it as a reversal pattern. Inverted head and shoulder is exactly opposite, a mirror image of the head and shoulder. आप मिरर में अगर उल्टी इमेज देखोगे तो it looks like an inverted head and shoulder. मतलब same case, it also has a head, two shoulder, and a neckline as well. And the moment the neckline is broken, prices starts to move in an uptrend. This is a bullish pattern, inverted head and shoulder is a bearish pattern. The cup and handle pattern. इसकी क्या खूबी है and what things we need to remember in case of cup and handle pattern. First of all, it is a long duration pattern. It takes at least 9 months to 12 months and even more than that. इतना बड़ा पैटर्न होता है वो, that's why it is rarely occurred on the chart. आपको it is visible sometimes in 3 years or 4 years in a particular script because it takes a year to form. It creates a rounding bottom. It creates a handle kind of pattern, and whenever the handle is broken, the prices starts to move and blast like anything. Because since it's a yearly pattern. Now, why this pattern is so active and why is the accuracy in this particular pattern is more compared to the other one? First of all, it is a long-term pattern. Secondly, what happens is whenever a business starts, it starts to flourish and the chart or the line goes really up. Then it consolidates and starts to fall, and it creates a base. There are acute pains at the bottom level. जब आप उसका curve बनता है, there are acute pains. The news goes bad, the results are bad, the orders books are bad, the balance sheet is bad, and all over it's negativity about that particular stock. But that stock tries to recover, it forms a cup, and slow and steadily it tries to move about the previous base. We usually say that we are above the pre-COVID levels. That means we are above that particular resistance level. The vehicle sales are about the pre-COVID levels. The auto sales are about the pre-COVID levels. The air flyers are about the pre-COVID levels. That's what means we are about that particular neckline of the cup and handle pattern. Even in life, this pattern is very much useful and implementable. Whenever in your life you have acute pains, things are not working out very well, and you are distressed from all ends, understand that you are bottoming out. And it is going to be a cup and handle pattern, and in a very short span of time, you would blast like anything. You would flourish like anything, you will grow like anything. That's what it indicates, the cup and handle pattern. The Poland flag, I would take it in the, excuse me, Ashnu.
Yes, sir.
Someone is scribbling on the this thing. No issues, I'll start.
Yes.
The last one is the wedge pattern. Now, what is a wedge? There are two kinds of wedge. One is the rising wedge, one is the falling wedge. The difference between channel and wedge is channel consists of two parallel trend lines, while the wedge consists of two converging trend lines. मतलब यहाँ देख symmetrical triangle form होता है in case of wedge. And what is a falling wedge? A falling wedge is a bullish pattern, and a rising wedge is a bearish pattern. Now we'll move to the practical study of all of this. I'll go in short. If time permits, I'll go with the Fibonacci level. This is a very interesting topic, but it takes at least 30-35 minutes. If time permits, I'll go with this. Else, I'll move with the practical studies, the live case studies. How to implement the trend lines, how to use the channels, how to use the wedges, how to use the different chart patterns, whether it's a flag, whether it's an inverted head and shoulder, it is a cup and inverted head and shoulder pattern, or a cup and handle pattern. So we'll go with the trend lines. Is the screen visible? The chart?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The chart is visible.
Yeah. Right. So this particular chart is of SAIL, Steel Authority of India. This is the highest point, the peak of SAIL. It is close to 280 levels. And if I draw a trend line right from the top connecting the three important points, you suggest me that around 125 level, you'll face a crucial resistance. If it is finding that the chart is moving up, the derivative traders need to book profit in SAIL around 120 level, because it is a very crucial resistance trending right from this top level. This date is close to 2007. It faced a resistance again in 2010. Then it faced a resistance again in 2021, should face in 2024 as well. तो यहां पर एक शॉर्ट टर्म आपको निकलने का मौका रहेगा. For a derivative trader, it is going to be a good exit because it is facing a trend line resistance. The second thing is the chart of Bata. Right from this date, if I draw a trend line with this 45-degree angle, and I connect these three major important points facing this resistance here, again the prices went down, and this one. It is time for Bata to recover, because if it crosses about this particular level of 1765, this price are going to test the highest level, which is 2265. Whenever a trend line is broken, the longer the trend line, the more bullish is the particular stock. I'll show you this chart of BSOFT. At times, it looked like this particular stock may not perform in any case. Hope this is visible. Yeah. From 1580 the prices collapsed almost to 260 rupees level. The trend was extreme bearish. We could see it is making lower lows and lower highs. So the trend is lower. So one may say कि यार बहुत घट गया 580 का share I am finding at 360 it is good to buy. No, because we need to understand the second assumption of technical analysis, that the prices moves in a trend. If it is a downtrend, it is creating lower lows and lower highs. It is a downtrend and you need to just follow the trend line. You need to create your short positions as and when it tests the upper resistance. After a long period time, this particular stock tried to move above this level. The moment it crossed 300, now the prices are 720. That's what I said. The longer the trend line, the better is the result. जितना बड़ा steep trend line का slope होगा और जितना angle perfect होगा, the longer is the target levels. The latest one and my most favorite stock is GMRN. This is a daily chart. You could see the trend line acting as a crucial resistance out here. The moment the trend line is broken, there is a sort of consolidation, and in a short span of time, the stock of 60 went up to 80 rupees. Very fast. The chart of NMDC. You could see you have a 3 important testing point out here. The moment it is broken, I must tell you, this is a monthly chart. Sorry, it's a weekly chart. And the moment the trend line is broken, you could see prices rallying from 120 to 195. A very fast movement, the prices gets double in a very short span of time. In this particular script, you have this lower trend line as well. Equally 45-degree, connecting all the major points, taking support everywhere. We may call it as a symmetrical triangle as well. अगर आप इसको यहां से गौर से देखो तो these two converging lines, it's a neutral pattern, and the moment it broke about this particular level, prices starts to move up and test the all-time high. That is what it is. HPCL, the stock in focus these days. You see this trend line again, the 45-degree angle, connecting 1, 2, 3, 4 important points. It has to connect to the fifth one. And this was the bottom. Every time you buy, again, you see the trend. It is creating high, low, high, low, high, higher highs and higher lows. The test of this level again, 240 to 380, the immediate move. Of course, the market performed very well, but the script which took support at better levels and you invested at a better point gave excellent return in no time. It is not only that the particular script only performed, overall the market performed, but you need to be with the best one. You need to beat the market as well. If the Nifty moves up by 10%, you have to grow by at least 14 to 16%. The LIC Housing Finance, the monthly chart. The highest point around 800 levels, the second highest point, and the third one. The moment the third point it came out of this, it is very clear, very near to the levels now. It already moved up after moving about this particular trend line by 100. This is 440 levels. Now it is 540 levels. But it has a huge potential because it is a monthly chart and the trend line is again very accurate. This 45-degree, this 45-degree. Prices has to test the all-time high of 775. It might correct, it might dip, but for an investor, it is a good stock to implement. It is moving about the multi-year high very soon. I'll come up with those resistance again, where we have faced this resistance, this resistance. I'll cover it in the next pattern. But for as of now, it is a good trend line. LIC Housing Finance, again, this is a monthly chart, a monthly pattern. though it doubled almost from those particular level. This high, this high, this high, this high. The trend line is broken. A reversal has taken place and the prices started to move from those 80 levels to 160 level. Almost double in a span of say 1.5 years. So that's the power of technical, that's the power of trend line. Again, you can see it is again a symmetrical triangle. So whenever those symmetrical triangles are broken, you see a huge upside. The recent one, JP Associates, a penny stock just before 3 months. The highest point was again around 280 levels, connecting all the major points. The moment it moved above this resistance level of 12.5 rupees, it got almost double back to 22 rupees. Right? So again, the power of trend line. The recent one is Voltas. This is a trend line again. This is a trend line again. Now, these two parallel trend lines are nothing but the channel. We'll come to the channel, but we'll focus on the first trend line. It moved out of this zone. It moved out of this particular level, and it started to move up. Again, took a dip, but again started to move up. I think over the period of time, Voltas is going to again perform very well with the breakout of this trend line. You have again the penny stock called IFCI, but that we won't take. We'll take it the other point. What is a role reversal? Again, the very important concept and which is very rarely recognized. As I said, the role gets reversed. The support becomes the resistance and the resistance becomes the support level. So in this case, we'll see n number of skipped where the role has reversed. Looking at the recent chart, only JP Associates. You look at this monthly chart. Though you have a trend line resistance out here, the prices are moved above this resistance level. But a close observation to the chart suggests that you look at this particular level of 28.20 rupees. From here, the prices move to those level of 280, collapse to 28, then again move to 160, then again collapse to 28, then again moves to 90 rupees. So JP Associate was taking support usually at the 28 level and started to move above those levels. But the moment this 28 level was broken, it collapsed to 5 rupees. A drastic fall because the support, the major area of demand was broken and prices collapsed to 5 rupees. Even after this level, the prices started to move up and they tested again this level of 30, 31, around 20, sorry, the levels of 29 rupees. Again, now the one which was acting support earlier has turned out to be a resistance now. तो दोबारा ये 29-30 रुपए के पास जाने के बाद ये दोबारा पेनी स्टॉक हुआ और ऑलमोस्ट 1-2 रुपए के आसपास आया. It came back again to the lows because we had a role reversal level again. Again, prices started to recover. The company is flourishing. The company is growing. The trend line is broken. Nobody tends to buy out here. शायद ही कोई होगा जिसके पास बहुत ही कुछ अच्छी खबर हो, अच्छी न्यूज हो, वो ये 1-2 रुपए में ले पाता है. As a technical analyst, one should wait for the reversal. Though you buy costly, but you buy with a confirmation. The moment this resistance was broken, the trend line was broken, there is a price confirmation. You need to enter that 11.30 or 12 rupees. And the first exit is 28 rupees again, because this has to act as a resistance again. To add to it further, is this the end to the particular stock? No. This is a minor resistance or a profit booking level. Now, how do I visualize this chart further as well? You see this curve, it is looking like one shoulder. You see this deep neck, it's a neck. And after this neck, it is again another shoulder. So the pattern suggests we are in formation of an inverted head and shoulder. It's a profit booking level. After testing 28, 29, if it falls below to the 20 level again, you have to buy it again. Or if a weekly close is above those 30 level mark, prices are going to move further again. Because as I said, the longer the trend line, the better are the results. I hope this is clear. The second and the recent chart which I studied recently is the chart of Tech Mahindra. As I said, this was again a very crucial level, crucial support of 1230 levels. Prices used to come to those levels, they used to move ahead. Prices used to come to those levels, they used to move ahead. One day, in a gap down, the prices collapse and they breach this 1230 level. The moment the level was broken, prices collapsed almost to 880, 860 levels because a very crucial support was broken. The prices fell and they again moved up to the level of 1320. If you could observe this, that after 860 or 940 levels, the prices moved to 1330. And here again comes the role reversal. Because at times it was a very crucial support of 1350. Now this should act as a very crucial resistance at 1340. From again 1340, the prices collapsed to 1100. And is back to again the 1320 level. So the role reversal is again coming into picture. The next and a very recent one is the SBI card. If you observe this trend line, it is connecting all the important points. After connecting the important points, there is a breakout on this trend line level. Prices moved up about this level and they tested almost 790 levels. After giving this much of move and with the excellent volume at the bottom, you could see the volumes. The volumes were excellent. It has moved above the trend line, but again, it started to fall. It started to fall and tested just the trend line level again. This is also a part of role reversal. This 750 was the most attractive and the best buying level for SBI card recently. And as I said, the longer the trend line, the better are the result. Prices to move to 890 levels again. शायद ही एक या दो दिन का समय लगेगा इसमें. A good news or better news is awaited. You just need to look at the indicator and the prices are going to move up again. Now it won't close below 746 in any case. A risk of just 30-35 rupees from here and an excellent reward of 3 times from here. Just what we learned in the previous session. Risk reward should be 1:3. SBI card suggests that this is placed at the best risk and reward ratio. The recent one which I took in the last seminar is Naukri. Sorry, Naukri is different one. LIC, the chart which we recently saw. This longer trend line, after the prices moved above this trend line, they went up to this level. Breaking 440 and testing 480 and moving back again to 440. This is also a part of role reversal. These days, particularly, people might be ignoring it, but this kind of study, buying at the support zone, because the market recovery is too fast and the fall is in slow phases. In those cases, buying at the support zone is best advisable than to buy at breakouts and at a higher levels. So this level of 440 is again a role reversal level for LIC Housing Finance. And again, prices started to recover from those. A minute observation says that this lower trend line is also acting as a very good support. Playing with trend lines gives you excellent results. Even if you ignore RSI, MSCD, blah, 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 all kind of indicators, oscillators, a bit of complex studies. Even a simple chart pattern could yield better results. But the only thing, you need to be thorough with your studies. The next part is Hindalco. If you could see this candle, 515, 515 got a resistance of this Fibonacci level of 518. This was the resistance. Prices moved up, and if the low of the candle you could see, it is again 515. After testing this low, prices started to move up, and it is making new highs every day these days. So Hindalco is also again a case study of role reversal. The another and my most favorite stock is ONGC. Again the monthly chart, and you observe the trend line. The trend line got broken at 140 levels, 138 levels. From here, if you could see, this a long-term trend line. This high was of 2014. This high was again of 2018. And this high was again of 2019. And this resistance was broken in 2021. After it broke, it went up to 173 levels. Then again fall to the 132 levels. Now this trend line is acting as a support to ONGC, which we again say it is a role reversal. From 133, prices again went up to 190 level, then again collapsed to this role reversal level of 120. Whenever prices of ONGC are testing this trend line, now this would act as a very crucial support. Now, as of now, it has moved above the resistance level. A very important chart pattern is in formation in ONGC, which I'll tell you in the next moment. The recent one is again the Tata Steel one. ये अभी एकदम recent breakout आया है Tata Steel में. This one. You could see the high. This was again in 2021. This was again in 2022. This was again in 2023. Every year, those previous high were not breached. And now this time, it has moved above this 10-9 level. Now, though there are no instant results, but again, if you buy at this breakout, you won't be a loser of this particular stock. From these levels of the trend line breakout, prices started to move up to 136 level, again went up to 115 level. This just tested the trend line resistance level, which is now acting as a support, and prices again started to move up to 136. Now, as of now, this has moved past all the major resistance level, all the previous high which were acting as a resistance level. In days to come, this particular stock should flourish again like anything. One chart pattern is again in formation, we would see in that particular level. SBI, the recent level, role reversal. This is a daily chart. This is a crucial resistance. If you could see it, prices are facing this horizontal line, 620, 620, 620. The prices were not able to breach this particular zone. Way long, way long, way long, way long. और जैसे ही इसके ऊपर क्लोज हुआ, the moment it closed about it, the second day it hovered something around it, just took a dip to test the role reversal level of 620 again. You could see prices just made a low of 619.85. And the same day, it went up to 650 levels. The power of theory, the power of technical, and the power of role reversal. 30 rupees move in SBI, we can say a 5% level, 5% move in just single day. Similarly, Cam Bank, very much similar chart. If you look at it intraday, these were the level it was not breaching. 441.50. 441.50 breach hote, the moment it broke, started to move up to 455 levels. It took a dip on Friday and just made a low of again 441 because it was a role reversal level. The moment the level was tested, it took a move again to 450 levels. 10 rupees intraday move is just 2%. Another important one is the Federal Bank. This chart pattern is again very crucial and very important. This is a resistance zone. This particular level, 140. Federal Bank was usually testing this level, and then taking a dip to 120 level, testing this level, taking a dip to 120 level, testing this level, and taking a dip again to 120 levels. We can say 120 was the support and 140 was the resistance. Prices were not able to move because this was a supply zone and this was the demand zone. Market participants were willing to pay for Federal Bank better price of 120 and were not willing to pay about 140 levels. That's what you can say theoretically. The moment it moved about that 140 level, it went up to 150 level immediately. And it took a dip to test again that 120 level only, 140 level only. So the theory of role reversal, again a better price to buy. Usually what happens is when the prices starts to fall, you say almost 15-20 rupees in a Federal Bank kind of stock, where the lot size are close to 5,000 rupees. 15 rupees fall is just 75,000 rupees. So people do panic, but when there is a panic kind of situation, you need to accumulate the stack, looking at a theory, looking at a concept, looking at the psychology of the market. From 140, the prices started to move again to 150 level and the power of role reversal again. Prices are moving up from those support zone. And MDC, again the favorite stock. A very crucial level of 140. The moment it breached, it went up to almost 168 and came back again to 140 level. You could see the chart of Wipro out here. I'll remove the Fibonacci extension. This is a trend line. It is acting as a support at all the levels. The prices are creating higher highs and higher lows, uptrend, and the trend line at 45 degrees equally supporting the prices. The moment the trend line was broken, prices collapsed to 401. Started to recover and exactly went again to this level of 428 or say 425 because it has stated again the resistance point of this trend line now. From 425, 428, prices collapsed again to 375. So a trend line not only acts as a level of support, it is also acting as a level of resistance as well. It is also acting as a role reversal kind of journey. I hope this is clear. Ashur, I'm going all well.
Yes, sir. Perfectly well. All is clear.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. The next one is the channel. Channel is nothing but a combination of two parallel trend lines. The recent one again, Voltas. It has moved above the channel levels now. These two parallel trend lines, the upper one is acting as a resistance, the lower one is acting as a support. After moving about this level, it is just testing the trend line. अगर in case कहीं घूम फिर कर दोबारा trend line पर आता है, which looks difficult as of now, but still you can accumulate this stock right now because it has moved above this channel level. Very good level support at the is the Godrej consumer product. You could see these two parallel trend lines. This is acting as a resistance. The lower one is acting as a support. Two parallel lines. The market is trading into this zone. The trend is downtrend because it is creating lower lows and lower highs. It moved above this zone. इस particular level के बाहर ये निकल कर आया है and now again started to move up. And as I said, the longer the trend line, the better are the result. Prices are almost testing the recent highs. Prices started to move from 962 level to 1070 level. Almost 100 rupees move in a stock like Godrej City. Next one is the IOC. A long consolidation. A very long consolidation in IOC. From here 102 to almost 80 rupees. A 20 rupees fall in a script of 100 rupees where the lot size is close to 10,000 rupees. Creating lower lows, lower highs, downward trending channel. The upper trend line is facing a resistance, the lower trend line is facing a support. I beg your pardon, I may tell you that these channels may also be helpful for a short-term trader. Because if it moves within those particular level, it's good for option seller as well. It's good for a short-term trader as well. It is not only for investment, just not only for breakouts. You can always trade with the trend line support and resistance zone as well. The moment it came about this zone of consolidation or is the between those channels, prices started to move again. From the levels of 90 to 125, though you may not ride this level too high, but still it may give a decent gain of 20 rupees. 110, 115 तक आप इसको बिल्कुल राइड कर सकते हो. The recent one is the Kotak Bank. It is again following a channel, both downward trending. The trend is down, even though the index performed exceptionally well, Bank Nifty performed exceptionally well, but this remained a laggard because it was not ready to move about this consolidation zone of the downward trending channel. जैसे ही इससे बाहर निकला, prices started to move up again from those 1740 level to 1860 level. A very short duration, say 10-15 days में 100 rupees move. Triangles I will cover in very short period. HPCL. A triangle is a combination of two trend lines, both converging, connecting all the three major important points, connecting all the three important support zones. A breakout about this triangle. How would you come to the target? The difference between this upper line and the difference between this lower line. Matlab, from 500 minus 120, you could witness a rally of 400 rupees from 220 level in petrol. Matlab, the rally is not done yet. You could see phenomenal rise in the particular stock. It just moved up almost by, you can say 180 rupees, but 200 more to go. And as I said, the longer the trend line, the better are the results. To add to this logically, the chart patterns in crude suggest a major fall in days to come. And if that happens, if that goes with technical, this OMCs would be the most beneficiary of that particular fall in crude oil prices. Just to add it logically. But as I say, first assumption, market discounts everything. You need to discount all the fundamental news that comes your way when you look into the technical studies of a script. The second triangle is my most favorite, LIC Housing Finance. the lower support zones, the higher support zone, the converging trend lines, and the formation of a symmetrical triangle again. Whenever the high of the symmetrical triangle is broken, you could see a phenomenal rise. And again, the same story. Longer the trend line, better are the results. You may see LIC Housing Finance testing the all-time high of 775 in days to come. March se pehle you could see this stock riding like anything, rising like anything, creating a 300 rupees move in a short span of time because the symmetrical triangle is broken. My most favorite and the one gave the excellent return recent to me is the L&T Housing Finance. Monthly chart, the high of almost 200 levels, the low of 40 levels, the trend line, and the upper slope. Now, the moment the trend line is broken, you could see multiple studies coming out here. This trend line above this level and the role reversal usually at those 80 levels. Trend line break होने के बाद you would not find a tremendous move immediately. After breaking this line at 84, it went up to 97, came back to 78. You will feel like that it's a false breakout, but it works. It is just the retest of the support zone again. And after a few consolidation sessions, it starts to move and gets double in a span of 1.5 years. None of the business, none of the institutes gives so much of returns which those technical analysis studies gives you. Tata Steel. Now this is again a symmetrical triangle formation. Though may use it as a trend line, though may use it as a role reversal support zone, though may use it as a downward support zone. A combination, a multiple combination of 2-3 chart patterns or 2-3 support zone suggests that someone is into the accumulation zone of this particular stock. The trend line is broken, the symmetrical triangle is broken, the upside could be from the high of 127 minus the low of 80, close to 50 rupees move from 115, मतलब 165 के लेवल्स टाटा स्टील में आने वाले समय में आपको देखने मिल सकते हैं. You could see prices moving to 165 levels, a 30 rupees more upside move from here onward as well. Nothing to say, नहीं 115 से 126 already हो चुका है, 136 already हो चुका है. It has already moved up by 20 rupees and I think it is not a good level to buy. No, this does not work. Always move with the trend. The second assumption of technical analysis that the prices tries to move in a trend. The most important and the better one is the cup and handle pattern. The recent one. From these levels, the prices collapsed. These levels were close to 1780 or 1800 levels, almost half to 1000 rupees or even lower than that, 975 rupees. This is acute pain to the real estate sector. If you observe the curve, it is bottoming out, not ready to move about the previous highs and creating lower lows every now and then. From here, the prices started to recover. And as I told, this particular patterns gives result with the most accuracy. मतलब यो समझिए कि अगर 10 बार ये पैटर्न आता है, if patterns arises 10 times, it should show result at least 7 times. 70% probability in technical analysis is considered to be the best one. शायद मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि even in life it happens, you create lower lows. Always you come across bad news. Nothing goes good in your life and you get fed up. But assume that this is bottoming out. This is a cup and handle pattern in your life. After the formation, the prices start to recover. It tests the previous high again. You could see the cup-like formation pattern out here. Again, the test of 1780 level. Again, moving down. This is a formation of the handle. And the moment the handle is broken, a smart move of almost 300 rupees on an immediate basis. How do you come to the target price of this particular script? भाई target क्या होना चाहिए? Create a line chart. ये high कितना है? 1780. ये low कितना है? 1100 close to. That means there is a rally due of 700 rupees from the neckline to the bottom. The difference between those two is 700. That means from here onward, 1770, prices should rally to 700 points. Could be 2500, could be 2600. That's what it is. That's what the pattern suggests. CDSL, the recent one. I'll just remove the trend line. See a line chart. This is 2022. This is date 2023. More than a year. That means this rounding formation is more than a year. After testing the high, it did consolidate. Went up to below 1300 levels, and the moment the neckline was broken, the handle was broken. How do you come to the target? The difference between 1400 and 1000, 400 points. 1400 में अगर आप 400 points add करते, if you add 400 to this 1400 levels, 1800 levels immediately within no span of time, and a fast and a furious rally. Got it? The recent one is Chambal. Now, how do you assume in Chambal? क्या हो सकता है Chambal में? What could be the possibility? This high, a crucial resistance zone, 370 levels. From 370 levels, the prices are consolidating. And when did it happen? It happened in 2022. 22 से ये consolidate हो रहा है, वहां से 250 आया है. Now prices started to move up to 270 levels again. It could face a resistance again because it is a pre-COVID level. I mean, it is a pre-resistance level. What we usually say that things are about the pre-COVID level. That means it is about the resistance mark. It is very near to the resistance mark now. There could be a drop in prices to some extent. What extent you need to analyze? कहां तक गिर सकता है? How much it is going to consolidate? But I assume and I find it, जो मैं visualize कर रहा हूं, कि it is a formation of a cup and handle pattern, wherein the formation of cup has already taken place and the formation of handle is in place. For an investor, अगर यहाँ कहीं dip मिलता है, if you see around 340 levels or even below that, a previous support zone, it could be an excellent buy. And I must say, how much it is going to target? The difference between 365 and the difference between 280. Close to 80 rupees move in Chambal on an immediate basis the moment it closes about that 366 level zone. It is nothing but the formation of a cup and handle pattern, a yearly pattern which is rarely seen. अगर आप देखो इसमें तो एक सालों साल, year on year, you won't find this pattern openings again. So it's a kind of jackpot, it's a kind of lottery where you need to have your close eyes on. A recent one and in a development stage. Though Tata Steel is not very much clear, but a multiple combination may help it out again. This is a line chart. Though it is just a 9-month formation one, 9 महीना ही हुआ है इसको. The baby is still small, but 132 and a fall to 115 and again a rise to 132 and this consolidation after 132. It broke that 132 level. Prices are comfortably and a weekly close happened in Tata Steel about 132. Prices should move up at least by 20 rupees in a very short span of time. The previous pattern we saw was the symmetrical triangle, wherein a big investor could at least buy on an investment kind of activity. But for a trader, this 132 is a very good level, very good breakout, and also observe the volume. That means it happened with good volumes as well. Supportive from all sides should move up by 15 rupees from 132 levels, because we have to calculate the difference between that 132 and 118, or say 117. Matlab 15 rupees move, 147 target immediately possible in case of Tata Steel. And once again, if any case, if untoward incidents happen and the prices falls to 132, you need not panic in any condition, because now this 132 is going to act as a role reversal level. So need not worry, need not panic, buy at those particular levels. Flag breakout. How do you define a flag? The recent breakout which I took position recently is the Jubilee Food. What simply is a flag? I didn't explain you while coming up with those different kinds of chart patterns. Now the prices started to rally from here onwards. From the levels of 485, went up to this level, came down to this level, went up to this level, and this is a consolidation phase. After this consolidation phase, it started to move above this level. It moved about this level and it showed a breakout on this flag. The difference between a channel and a flag, though they both look very similar, because it is also a combination of two parallel trend lines, but the time duration is the major reason out here. And trend line is a reversal pattern, whereas flag is a continuation pattern, because in case of trend line, the current trend reverses and a new trend begins. To add to it, I'll just show you the trend line breakout which happened out here. This is the trend line breakout in Jubilee Food. Moved out of this, again retested, went up to this level. A channel is for a longer duration, say 3 months, while a flag is just for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Flags gives you quick result and quick money. Trend line may retest or may take some time to move up. Trend line is for an investor, flag is for a. So that's where the difference is. People look at it as a very similar way. Flag शायद वैसी हो जैसा trend line हो, but no, there is a difference. That's the one example with flag. Coming to the very important pattern, the head and shoulder pattern. These occur on a regular basis and they give excellent result. The first one is the Tech Mahindra. Since I said कि head and shoulder is a bearish pattern, मतलब जो uptrend में आता है, it occurs at the top of the trend, it reverses the trend, uptrend goes to a downtrend. So अभी वाले market में, with the current market, since everything is moving, all sectors are moving in a bullish zone, you would rarely find a head and shoulder pattern. तो मैं एक पुराना pattern आपको बता रहा हूँ जो occurrence आया है. If I convert into a line chart and if I observe this here, this is one shoulder, this one is the head, this one is another shoulder, and the neckline is broken out here. The moment the neckline is broken, the prices collapse to almost 900 levels. Now, how do you arrive at the target price in case of head and shoulder pattern? First thing you need to remember is that it is a bearish pattern. It occurs at the top of the trend and it reverses the current trend. So this neckline is at 1365, say 1400. This high is at 1800. The difference between the head and the neckline is 400 rupees. That difference should fall to the lower levels. मतलब ये 1400 के लेवल से कम 400 रुपया इज 1000 rupees mark it should test. So here it comes, it went below the 1000 level mark, almost those 400 rupees point fall. So the pattern gets completed out here. There is a long consolidation going on, and now the prices started to move again to retest the levels again. Second one is the M&M Finance. As I said, the pattern occurs at the top of the trend. It reverses the current trend, and it's a bearish pattern. This one is the head. These are two shoulders. The neckline is broken. Though the target is small from 334 to 298, 34 rupees fall on an immediate basis is 275. Exactly the low. It gives quick and fast results. शायद आपने सुना होगा कि मंदी बहुत घातक होती है, and it comes at a faster pace. So that fall in M&M Finance was all attributed toward the head and shoulder pattern. And though the another pattern which is a very frequent nowadays is the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Ashur, am I taking too long? Shall I speed up?
No, sir, please take your time. It's fine.
Yeah. Have a close look at this pattern, a chart of sale. You may see a trend line. You may see prices may retest this trend line again and may fall again. But a close observation say this one is a shoulder, this one is a head, this one is a shoulder again. A very big pattern on a weekly basis in formation of sale. अगर ये लेवल से ऊपर क्लोज होता है 134 से ऊपर, तो टारगेट्स वुड बी -85, 85 minus 25, close to 60 point move from here, and that may test 170, 180 level again. जो मैंने आपको कहा था कि the longer the trend line, the better are the result. जो previous high उसका दोबारा टेस्ट करने की पूरी संभावना है. Again, those multiple patterns. The next one is the Voltas. A minute observation says from here the prices are collapsing and creating a rounding base. This one is the shoulder, this one is the head, and the shoulder is in formation. Since I carry an experience of close to 25 years in this particular field, I do visualize things way ahead. And what I visualize with Voltas is this shoulder is almost formed. ये 810 का जो support zone है, that support zone should be intact as of now, I think. और अगर मैं इसका line chart बनाता हूं, तो prices may not close below 815 levels for now. ये shoulder formation मैं पहले visualize कर ले रहा हूं. I am taking a position right here at 850 levels. It may take time, but from here onwards, the difference between 910 to 760, that means 150 rupees, 1050. Voltas यहां से कम आना चाहिए. That's what it is, with a very limited risk of just 40-45 rupees from here. 40 rupees risk and 150 rupees reward is 4 times 1:4. Excellent risk reward ratio, which we recently heard in the last session. This is information. It may take time, but for an investor, it is the best opportunity as of now. VDL, the recent one, just took a breakout. One shoulder, a big head, a shoulder, a breakout in place. Might consolidate a few because it is near to the 200-day moving average. I'm not covering 200-day moving average, but for all you might be knowing that 200 average, उसकी नीचे अगर prices है, if the prices are below it, that would act as resistance. उसके ऊपर that would act as a support. For as of now, it may act as a support. VDL here could consolidate a bit, but the pattern is complete and it is bound to move 250 minus 218, at least 30 rupees after 250. 280 is the target as of now. And if you look at the theory of role reversal, ये एक पर्टिकुलर जोन था जहां प्राइसेस बार बार एक सपोर्ट ले रही, एंड द मोमेंट द सपोर्ट इज ब्रोकन, जब दोबारा ये 270 के आसपास आए, तो इट शुड एक्ट एज अ रेजिस्टेंस बिकॉज वी आर स्टडीइंग द रोल रिवर्सल थ्योरी. The idea of suggesting so many charts, so many patterns is that you need not stick to just one pattern. You need to go with the multiple combination, and the surety on 3 combination would give you the best results. I hope I'm very much crystal clear. And MDC.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, very much.
Yes, sir. So sorry to interrupt, but we can keep the last 10 minutes for questions.
I'll wind up in 5 minutes. I'll wind up in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. A very good and important pattern. अगर आप इसको देखते हो तो this is shoulder, this is head, this is shoulder again, and the prices have moved over this level. The moment it crossed that 140 level mark, the difference between that 140 and 86 is 80 rupees from here. 140 say 80 is 220. We have still 25 more rupees to go. And अगर आपको मैं बता दूं कि ये 140 का लेवल टूटने के बाद प्राइसेस ऊपर गई और दोबारा 140 ही टेस्ट करने आई, दैट रीटेस्ट लेवल इज अगेन अ गुड स्ट्रेटजी टू इन्वेस्ट. 140 from 140 to 195 with a bigger lot size. Those trading into derivative market might have made excellent out of it. Recent one, I'll come to Bata. If I make a line chart, this is particularly a formation of head and shoulder. This shoulder, this head, this shoulder. The moment the neckline of 1780 is broken, you will see the difference between the 1780 and 1380. Almost 300 rupees, 400 rupees move from here in Bata. I assume that the formation is already in place. 1536 may not be breached. 100 rupee risk and a 400 rupees reward. Excellent risk and reward. Added with this trend line support should give up excellent result. ONGC or M&M. I'll go with M&M right now. I make a line chart. This one a shoulder, a deep neck, and a shoulder again. When the neckline is broken, it's 1582 and the lower levels is 1458. 130 rupees move from 1582 is again 1720 points. A immediate move and a fast and a furious rally. The reversal pattern happening with volumes, pattern giving a good reversal. The last one is my favorite one, ONGC. Monthly chart, candlestick chart, a small shoulder, a bigger head, and a shoulder again. The breakout has happened recently at 180 levels. The neck is deep to 70 levels, and it is 170. A rally of almost 100 points from this level is quite visible in ONGC. It may target 280. The trend line is even longer. The longer the trend line, the better is the result. I had another topic as well, wedge. I'll just show you in short. जो एक excellent pattern बचा है अभी. Valiant Organic. A wedge is again a kind of two trend lines, but not parallel. They are converging. This is a falling wedge. Prices are testing at the recent high levels. Prices are testing the recent low levels. It is a breakout. It may retest and it may test the level of 640. 150, 170 rupees, immediate move. A falling wedge is a bullish pattern and a rising wedge is a bearish pattern. So that's what it is from my end. I took a bit long, but this is my passion. और जब मैं चलता हूँ तो it's very difficult to control while teaching technical. Thanks a lot for listening very patiently on a very fantastic evening. Saturday, though a weekend, your family time, you spare that time with me. Thanks a lot. Thanks a ton. It's all over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Um, So the session has been indeed helpful. I was just going through the messages sent by people, and I think everybody has found it quite helpful. I can see a few messages by a few people saying that all the practical examples and all the charts that you gave that made the session even more insightful. So I think that has really helped all of us in conceptual clarity. I'll just take up a few questions which have been sent. Um, Meanwhile, I would request the audience that in the next 1 minute or two, maybe you can just send any questions if you have, and then I can just forward them. So there's a question by Shreya Sanjay sir, and he has asked, how do we decide which charts to be checked, weekly, monthly, or quarterly?
The longer the chart, the better are the results. If you are a trader, you need to look at the daily charts. And if you are an investor, you need to look at the weekly and the monthly chart. Better results are always found on a weekly and a monthly charts. For an investor,
Right.
for a trader, daily are very well placed.
Right. There's another question by Mr. Sudesh. He has asked an interesting question as you spoke about the trend analysis. That he has asked that is the current continuous upward trend in the market any indication of some past history or some trend?
Since it is creating new high, it is not a past history. It is a flush of funds that is flowing into the market, the liquidity. And whenever I said the multi-year highs, whenever are broken, there is a furious rally. This is exceptional one. In an experience of 21 years, I haven't seen prices getting doubled in a span of 2 or 3 years.
Right, sir. So there's another question by Mr. Somesh. He's asking if you could suggest any book for understanding technical analysis.
I'll suggest it's a practical concept. Just like, you can't learn swimming by reading the theory. You have to actually dive in.
Right.
And it's not a paper trading kind of activity. There are good books, Trade with Time. It's an excellent book for beginners. There are multiple books as well, but you have to implement it practically. Even अगर आप paper पर भी लिखते हो तो that does not work out because there is no fear factor. Unless you invest in and unless you trade with your money, there is a fees for everything. And if you are willing to pay that, you would learn it in a better way.
Very true, sir. So there's another question by Mr. Sameer. He's asking if whether futures or options should be used as trading tools. What are your views on futures and options?
Definitely. Whatever avenues are available in the markets and whatever makes money, we should make use the best out of it. Options gives you the best result. Nothing in the world gets double in the expiry day or a single day rather say. We see options rising from 10 rupees to 100 rupees and 200 rupees as well. 10 times return. Why not to explore that avenue? The second thing is, but you need to be thorough with the practical first. Just because somebody is making money out of it, you need not jump into the conclusion. Make an in-depth study because your money is at stake, right?
So Mr. Kunal has asked, which softwares would you suggest to see chart patterns?
I'm using Spider software since last 20 years. I'm using Spider software since Iris or Spider since last 25 years. Excellent software. The reason is scanners are too good. It is not easy for a human to analyze 7,000 stocks in a click. The scanners are so excellent. The click on the chart just gives you the, you might have observed. Yeah, I might have showed almost 70 charts. That too with a quick speed.
Right.
So Spider is best.
Yes, sir. Just a few more questions. We can just take 2 or 3 more questions. Meanwhile, I can also see in the question box some people, expressing their gratitude for the session and really looking forward to more sessions from you. I think it has been quite helpful and very insightful for all of us to look at all those charts and understand all the concepts so well. I'll just take
entirely my pleasure. Entirely my pleasure. Yeah, please continue.
Yes. I'll just take questions if there are any. I would meanwhile request the audience if anybody wants to ask any question, you can just drop your questions in the question box. We just have a few more minutes with Dinesh sir, and then we can just wind up with the session. So Mr. Sudhir has asked for your comments and views on algo trading. What views on algo trading?
I assume as of now, in case of options, the maximum volume, you may say close to 80% is into options. It's a machine-based trading. And with time, one needs to evolve. This system-based trading is going to end up over a period of time. And algos are going to take up the maximum volume. Better time to move right now.
We also have a few questions about about your presentation. I think, matlab, if it would be possible, could you just share the presentation? We can just send it across to people who might need them.
Right. I'll do that.
Thank you so much, sir. I just check one more question if it's there. There's another question by Mr. Sunil. He's asking that he's a beginner in the market, and what are the things that he should keep in mind, and how should he be starting to invest? What are the things that he should keep in mind as a beginner for investing in the market?
The only thing is discipline, dedication, and devotion. That is the only key to success out here. If you miss any out of it, the best part out of this market is punctuality. In my 20 years of career, I haven't seen a single second the market is getting late open. It always opens on time. So you need to be very punctual with this market.
Very right. I think Jitendra sir had also said the same thing, that more than knowledge or experience, I think discipline is what matters the most while trading. So that's the most important virtue, definitely. I think this answers the question for yeah. Right. So I think we don't have any more questions. That's all. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. And it was indeed a very enlightening session for me personally. Also, I learned a lot. And I would also now like to take a moment to thank our audience for their active participation. I could see their active participation on the question box and in the chat box. It was very heartening to see their active participation. And thank you all of you for joining the webinar. We would be back with more such insightful webinars on financial markets and for trading. And as we conclude this session, I also hope that we would take all these learnings, all the newfound understanding of the market that we got from Dinesh sir and also from Jitendra sir. And this will definitely help us to make informed financial decisions in the future. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good evening.